Well, allow me to once again welcome you, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese of Australia, and your delegation to Manila, to the palace, and to the Philippines. And it is we are particularly happy to see the leader of Australia here, as it has been a good long 20 years since the last visit from Australia, from the Australian leader here to the Philippines. But once again, I think we find ourselves, I think the Australian shift, maybe a decade or two ago, in saying that Australia's future is with Asia, has really become a reality. And that's why the closeness between our countries, between Australia and the Philippines, is terribly important. We have a solid basis here because absent all diplomatic, trade, etc. agreements, the people-to-people exchanges between our two countries has been significant over the years. And once again, the Filipino nationals who live in Australia and have chosen to go and live and work there are very happy to have been assimilated properly into Australian society, and for that we are very grateful. Thank you very much for that. And may I just add a word of thanks to you, Mr. Prime Minister, for the strong support that you have made for the Philippines, especially during the past ASEAN conference, where you have made very clear that the claims that are being made upon Philippine maritime territory are not valid and have not been recognized, and are not in conjunction or consistent with international law. And to have friends like you and partners like you in that especially on that subject is very gratifying and encourages us to continue down that path. So we thank you for that, and once again, welcome to the Philippines.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President, for the very warm welcome that myself and my delegation have received. It is great to be back in Manila.
Yes.
And to be here as Prime Minister on my first Prime Ministerial visit to Manila. And I know that Australia and the Philippines are great friends, and I hope that this visit helps to take it to an even higher level as we go forward. The new strategic partnership that we'll sign today will strengthen the bilateral ties that we've had for 77 years. And of course, in Jakarta, I launched our new Southeast Asia Economic Strategy to 2040. We see our future as very much lying here in our region, and the prospect of increased trade and economic engagement is very important. We also have important security issues where we have common views about the need to uphold international law, and Australia's position on that will continue to be consistent as we have always been, including recently over issues relating to the South China Sea. We regard the presence of an open, stable and prosperous region as being absolutely critical. Support for trade, support for sovereignty, and support for ASEAN centrality as well in our engagement. We have a collective responsibility for security, including support for the UN Convention and the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. That's very important. And Australia does support, as I said, at the East Asia Summit, the 2016 South China Sea Arbitral Award. That is final and it's binding, and it's important that be upheld going forward. But I look forward to our further discussions today It is true that the diaspora, of course, in Australia, including in my own local electorate and local community, is very strong. And the Filipino-Australian community are a community that make an enormous contribution to the economic and cultural life of our multicultural nation of Australia. And I'm sure I bring with me the very good wishes of Filipino-Australians to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to hear that the locals have invaded your constituency as well. Thank you.